Hi guys, thanks for stopping by. Well, it looks like a few weeks ago, Blaine was sick and he went to the hospital and got a lot of tests run on him and everything. Well, I did reach out to Blaine. He did reach out back and he did give me an update on his condition. Well, he really doesn't know really what's wrong with him yet because he actually hasn't been back to the hospital yet to get an update, but they want him to have further testing and he will give an update once he does do that. But did you also know that he's a dad, he's a father, and he has an adorable daughter? Well, she's within this video as well, so let's keep Blaine in our prayers. Let's hope nothing serious is wrong with him. And let's hope he gets himself to the doctor as soon as possible. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Bye.
Feelings are easy. I don't want to hurt his feelings. It's just a really situation.
Cheer up, bro.
I'm fine.
I don't say that, boo. Cheer up.
Until right now, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I did not even think about that though. Like, I'm sorry. I just realized that. That was a realization moment. I realized that until right now. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I did not even think about that though. Like, I'm sorry. I just realized that. That was a realization moment.
What's your daddy's name?
Dada.
What's your daddy's name?
Dada.
Yeah.
What's Dada's name?
Blaine.
What's Mommy's name?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Hold on.
Let's go.
Woo. Say hey, Instagram.
I'm ready.
Let's go. Hold on.
Let's go.
Woo. Say hey, Instagram.
Blaine got himself together before me. Blaine, why don't you tell about going to rehab and everything?
Well, I went to a place called Broken Lives Ministry, and really wasn't rehab that helped me out. Kind of more or less how to get the mental state myself, my mindset, find the bigger picture I wanted and go after it. And really, I give all the thanks to God. If it wasn't for God, I'd have never made it.
Blaine's actually the person that introduced me to a lot of the addiction classes when I first got home. Those made a big difference because when I first came home and I was with Scott, I didn't have the right people in my life. I didn't have the right priorities. I didn't have the resources that I had this time. It made a huge difference having people that been going through what I'm going through, you know, are there for me in and out, that will accept when you make mistakes and help you move forward instead of like, you know, a lot of people, they don't want to go to church because they feel like people are going to look down on them. I'm not in that type of church. We're not in that type of church. We go to the station in Iuka. It's a great church. Everybody's the same. I don't feel like people look down on me. I don't feel like people look at me any different than anyone else there, which is a really great space to be in and a great thing to find. So the person that keeps saying I was using Deontay, what did I use him for? Like what? Did you not hear me even on the show? I paid for all of our phone calls, all of our emails, all of our video visits. I paid that. I'm the one that loaned Deontay money when I was in prison. Deontay never sent me any money. Not any. I don't need anybody to send me money. Scott kept giving me handouts. I wasn't going to tell him no. Just saying. Somebody just walks up to you and starts handing you money. Are you going to be like, oh no, I don't want this money. Like, no, I took the money. Of course I took the money. You have to read fast.
Yeah, really fast.
Yes, Karen. She says, I'm tired of hearing that you used Deontay. He gave you nothing. How did you use him? I literally have
Get
Deontay.
some boots.
Blaine gave me boots. Deontay gave me a shirt one time, and he gave me the picture frame for my birthday. Yep. Yep, that's it. That's all. The thing is, I didn't want Deontay to send me any money. I didn't want him to buy me presents because I didn't want him to get back into that relationship. Would he have if I would have asked him? Of course. Deontay's a great guy. He's really nice. He would have completely had no problem with sending me money and paying for all the phone calls and stuff, but I didn't want him to be in that type of relationship. I wanted him to be in a relationship that didn't have all of that one-sided, one-way street need, but I still get called a user, and I'm not really sure why. Blaine wrote me from rehab. Blaine wrote me in prison from rehab. And that's only the reason I even had his number, because we didn't talk the entire time I was incarcerated. I talked to Blaine in 2020 when I was out, like twice maybe?
Give or take.
Yeah, like it was like briefly. Like me and Blaine didn't have a relationship before. We weren't scheming anything. I didn't need Deontay to be back on the show. I've heard a lot of that. Oh, she's only with you to be on the show. I was actually cast with someone else before Blaine and before Deontay, and that relationship did not work because they relapsed, and I had to draw the line and say, because when they were in recovery and doing really well for themselves, I was really happy to be there and be a part of that. But when they relapsed, I'm like, okay, relapse is contagious. You have to be so careful about that. If they're relapsing out there now, what if I get out and we relapse together? So I ended up breaking that relationship off. I got pulled from casting. I was supposed to be on Love during lockup, and
It's okay. Elf bar.
Wait, I wasn't reading. Sorry. I actually quit vaping and smoking, and then I picked vaping back up, and I need to quit again. Constant Reality Check said, Blaine is ride or die. Great dude right there.
Try to be. Best.
Use Deontay for a storyline. Said, Blackster for sure. For show. Blackster for show. I don't really need Deontay for a storyline. Deontay could have gotten with any inmate, and they would have put him back on the show. I could have gotten with literally any person in the entire world and gotten back on the show. Once you've been on, you have, the ability to kind of have more of a contact with the producers and with production about continuing the storyline if you choose to do so. So I didn't really need Deontay to stay relevant. It just wasn't necessary. Cast members are not supposed to talk. I don't talk to any cast members. Deontay was the first cast member I'd ever spoken to besides Tracy from Tracy and Clint. Actually, the person that I was dating is actually the person that was running my social media and told me that they had Deontay, because they had actually talked to several of the cast members. I didn't. I was in prison. But they talked to several of the cast members briefly. I didn't know that until after I got home and looked at my social media. But they were one of the reasons that I actually started talking to Deontay. And like when I talked to Deontay, it was just about like relating to being a cast member, because I had missed all of the being able to be a cast member while it was showing. I got locked up the same week that the show aired, so I hadn't ever gotten to do the lives. I didn't get to, do anything on social media or anything, so I was just kind of talking to him about that, basically. The extent of my knowledge of what it was like being on the show was what had happened when I was in prison. Which is kind of cool, because you might be like, semi-known out here in the world, but in prison, you're like hugely famous. Like, I really did feel famous in prison, not so much out here.